Hi, everybody. Hey, welcome to the show. I'm sitting right now with a gentleman that's really getting into the industry in a big way. Josh Watkins is with me. He's got something really cool that we're going to talk about, folks, because we want to introduce not only children to the game, but you guys have a way of doing it that's kind of unique. Josh, tell us a little bit about what you're doing.
Yes, Bob. First off, I just want to say thank you for having myself and my partner here, and to speak our mission and what we're all about. So we're here to not only represent the outdoors to the younger generation. That's what we're doing here, and on top of that, we're also showing like all the outdoor opportunities that the Army has to offer if you do choose to join and serve our country. And so, yes, like I was saying, my partner and I, we go to these outdoor events. And so as you can see over here in our booth, we have some cornhole boards. And basically what I like to do that is teach a flipping and pitching class to the younger generation and spark that conversation with them like that.
Well, I know I've been watching you guys for the last couple of days, and there's a lot of people stand over there and watch what you're doing. The instructional value you've got is really pretty phenomenal. We're going to bring your cohort on a little bit later. We're going to actually show some of that from your booth. But let's get into how you guys evolved and what you're doing, because you're doing something different than what we're doing for the most part.
Yes, So Bob, we belong to the United States Army Outdoor Team belongs to USAREC, United States Army Recruiting Command.
Okay.
And then so our two sub units are the Marketing Engagement Brigade and the Mission Support Battalion. So those are my two echelons of our command. And so our goal is we're basically a recruiting outreach company. We consist of not only outdoors, but we have the All Army Esports team. We have a rock band. We have the Army Fitness team. So all of this unit that we belong to consists of all different kinds of teams that go out and showcase the Army that way.
So how big is fishing in that overall scheme of things?
So the outdoor team has been around for about two and a half years now. We did a sponsorship with Major League Fishing about 2 years ago for the high school and collegiate series. So that got us out there. Over the last 8 months now, we continue to do these shows, and now we're starting to compete at this year. So myself, Sergeant Hodge, my partner, and we also have an at-large team that's stationed all throughout the United States, and we pull those guys. They skeet shoot. They're bird hunters, bird trial dogs. We're more than just fishing, is what I'm getting at. Is everybody just sees a United States Army bass boat, but our team is much larger than that.
Well, you call it outdoors.
Exactly, outdoors for a reason.
So it's bigger spectrum than just fishing.
Yeah.
Fishing is what I think is really important, because kids can do it.
Yes.
Not every child can go out and hunt. Not every child can go out and do everything, but they can go fishing.
Absolutely.
And that's a big facet as far as I'm concerned. So that being said, tell me a little bit about you. Tell me a little bit about Josh.
Yeah, Bob. So I'm originally from Southern Illinois. I've been fishing. Like if you talk to any angler, they're gonna say I've been fishing my whole life, like their whole life. So that is true about me. I grew up catfishing, jugging, running trout lines with my grandpa and my dad, and then it was just about 10 years ago that I really picked up the sport of bass fishing and the competition. And so I've been in the Army for about 18 years now. I enlisted as a military police officer. I did my basic training in one station unit training at Fort Leonard. From there, I was stationed at Fort Bragg, where I jumped out of airplanes for a living.
What?
Yep. Did that for a little bit. And then after Fort Bragg, I was a drill sergeant for the United States Army. So I got to put that big brown round hat on for a little bit.
Oh, man.
Everybody
You were
says,
one of those that barked the orders.
yeah, I guess so.
Now I get it.
Yeah, everybody says I have an attitude, but I think I'm a pretty likable person.
Now I get it. Now I can see what you're doing. All right. All that being said, what is your favorite way to fish? You're going to go to the water. You're going to choose one way to catch those fish in that event that day, regardless of what the weather patterns are, regardless of what nature tells you. What's your choice? How are you going to hit it?
It's too easy, Bob. Like you could.
It's too easy.
If you'd asked me this question 3 years ago, I'd been like a whole different lure, a whole different technique. But me being stationed at Lake of the Ozarks, Fort Leonard, Missouri, it's only an hour from the lake of docks. Like thousands of docks on there. If you don't know how to pitch, flip, skip a jig up in tight places, you're going to get your butt beat. And so My technique would have to be a jig, whether it's a flipping, pitching, or skipping up underneath the dock cables, the walkways, or hitting a brush pile in 20 foot of water with a football jig or a structure jig.
So you're going hard metal. You're going
I'm going with jig.
You're going jig fishing.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'd have to tell you that I would sympathize with you, because if you're fishing in front of me, it's not going to do any good. If you're fishing behind me, you're in big trouble. Okay? Because I'm not going to that jig. Okay? I'm going to whoop you on something else.
You're going to get a spinnerbait on it.
I'm gonna spinnerbait. I'm gonna watch what you're doing, and I'm gonna take it away from you.
Yeah.
Okay? That being said, for the future, what's in your plans for the future?
So my future is, like I said, I've been in for 18 years. I plan on to finish out strong with the Army. I got 2 years left. Like I said, I've been busting my butt really hard the last 5 years, making connections for myself outside of the Army and the fishing industry. And, I'm going to take a gamble. I've always been a believer in my career that if you don't go get something, you're going to regret it when it comes to the end. And, I'm going to do everything. I have a huge support system between my wife and my family and my daughter. Like, they told me to go get it. I'm going to go get it. I'm going to try it.
And you need that support system. Trust me. I've been fortunate enough, 40 plus years in the industry. I'm one person among many that can look back and say, I don't regret what I did.
Yeah.
I would have regret had I not tried.
Exactly.
So I'm like you in a sense that if it's out there, I'm going to take a shot at it.
I'm taking a shot. So I got to tell these kids, when they come up to our booth, and again, I'm no professional angler by no means, but I've talked to a lot of them, and they tell me there's two things that you need, and that is a support system and then a stability. And that's why I'm able to, pitch the Army. Like, the Army has given me everything I've gotten so far to set me up for success. If this is something I want to do, then the Army has set me up for that.
Awesome. That's really what it's all about, to be perfectly honest with the opportunity. It knocked on your door, you're able to take it, enjoy it. Listen, Josh, I want to thank you for coming on our show. I hope you enjoyed it. We're going to be talking to you more before we're done with the show. We're going to catch some of your partners casting over there. I've watched him. He can't hit that little hole for anything, and don't tell him I said that. Okay, but we're going to have some fun nonetheless. Hey, folks, we'll be right back. More of the show. We are in New Jersey, folks. We are at one of the biggest shows in the state, period. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.